Today is Sunday I think it might be the 9th. This is the day that we were due to come home. Um, but we came home on Friday. We were back Friday afternoon. Oh God, it was so good to be back in my bed. I have slept really well. I've had nearly 10 hours overnight last night. It's unbelievable. Um, so comfortable. And so I'm feeling much more refreshed. We dragged ourselves out and did some shopping yesterday because I hadn't really got any food in that I could um, make meals with. And if I haven't got food I can make meals with, healthy meals with, we end up eating crap. And we didn't want to do that because we'd eaten really well and eaten what we'd wanted when we were away. And I wanted to bring us back into onto regime a bit. So I bought quite a bit of stuff yesterday to get us through a few days before I do another shop. But it was a bit of an effort. I don't think Mark really wanted to be pushing the trolley around, but he did. So yeah, we ate quite healthily yesterday. Had some really lovely meals whilst we were away. The first meal we had was actually in a restaurant that was a sort of fine dining restaurant, and it was at the time we thought it was nice. It was expensive, but retrospectively, I'm thinking it was a bit. Is it Nouvelle Cuisine? Was it Nouvelle Cuisine? And I mean that's so outdated. It was very classical food, but the main course was sea bass with a beurre blanc and some vegetables. But the beurre blanc, for me, I thought should have been a bit thicker. The sea bass was not very big, and the vegetables were very small, and it was very expensive. I can't even remember what the entree was. I think we enjoyed the entree. Can't remember what it was. Um, and then we had a really nice meal further up the road. We had fillet steak, which was really tender. That was really lovely. And then we ate out in Honfleur, and I had moule frites, and the moule were the smallest moule I've ever had. Very nice, very pleasant place to eat, good service. Mark had, and oh, that was it. I was jealous. He had dorade, which is sea bream, and I was really jealous when I saw what he'd got. Like he'd got whole fish, grilled fish. Um, and then the last night that we were in Trouville, we ended up eating on the beach. We sat outside for a bit, thinking, "Oh, this is nice. We'll sit outside," because it was still quite warm. And then it started to cool down, and then we started to get attacked by, I think they might have been mosquitoes or sandflies. So we moved indoors, but I ordered sea bream, and I got this big whole fish, grilled fish, and I was really, really, really happy that I had got my piece of sea bream, and it made me think I'm going to go to the market. I'm going to go to the market on a Saturday, to the fish stall and buy some different sort of fish, because all we get in the supermarkets is salmon and trout and cod um, and because I'm online shopping, I'm not even getting that. I'm not getting a piece of salmon off the fish counter. I'm getting something in a packet. So I thought, I'm going to get up in the morning. This is Friday, we're driving home. I'm going to get up in the morning and go to the market. Well, I didn't get up in the morning and go to the market. I thought that would be a bit silly, really. But I am going to go to the market on Saturday, unless it's peeing down. Because I do want to be able to buy some nicer fish, and I do want to be eating more fish. We don't eat enough fish. When I was out yesterday, I bought some salmon and I bought some trout, and I bought some prawns for tonight. And Mark had limon sole yesterday evening for his meal. I tasted a bit of it. I couldn't taste it. I mean, that's the problem for me, is I don't really have. I can't taste food particularly well. So So yeah, so I feel like I am back, mostly on form. I've got lots of pain. I've been in lots of pain. My hands are in pain all the time now, and I think that's the change of um, drug regime. It's really uncomfortable. It used to be my right hand that hurt more. My index finger was often just in agony. Now it's both hands, my thumbs, my index finger, really painful, really uncomfortable, which gets in the way of me doing the cooking and the things that I need to do. But it's something I've put up with for so long that just I tend to ignore it. I take um I take regular analgesia to try and get on top of it, but it doesn't get on top of it. It's a pain that isn't addressed by paracetamol. And even my stronger tablets that I had started taking again now and again, the paracetamol and codeine, which is like um, cocodamol in the UK, and I don't know what it is in America. But even that doesn't really get to the bottom of it. So I try not to take those because it was a bit pointless, really. But sometimes I just think I need something stronger so I can just go and relax. Anyway, so I bought a whole cooked chicken yesterday that we can have hot or cold. So we'll have it cold, and or we might have it hot. I'll check with him indoors, and I'm going to do a big salad because we didn't. You often get salad when you're eating in France, and it's really nice, and it has a vinaigrette on it, and I really enjoy it. But it's only a small amount; it's not a lot, and I do like salad, so I'm going to do a large salad, and I'll do some vinaigrette. I bought mozzarella and some basil, so I can do a. Is it called a caprese? Caprese salad? Mozzarella, tomatoes, basil, balsamic vinegar. I'll do that tomorrow evening. We'll have the prawns this evening. I need to check to see if we've got any mayo. Mark puts it on everything. And then when I go to use it, I think, oh, I know, we'll have prawns and mayonnaise. I go to use it and I find that the jar is empty and I've got no eggs. The broody girls have continued to be broody, so they're not laying. Mrs. Expat has continued to lay a broken egg. So I've got no eggs. I can't make mayo. I don't buy eggs. I hate buying eggs. And I reach a point after several weeks of no eggs, I think, oh, I'm going to buy some eggs. And I buy some eggs and then they start laying. So I'm going to try and hold out. We haven't got a lot to do today. We've got to do a bit of tarpaulin swapping, tarpaulin swapping. Because, hello, you're here. Where have you been? Huh? The tarpaulin at the moment's got a hole in it, so we're going to cut it down and put it over the two piles of logs that haven't got any on, and then put a new one over the. Hello. And put a new one over the other logs. There. They can't see you. It's just as well, really. It's embarrassing, isn't it, being held like a baby? Huh? You okay? You getting down? That's wet on the table. Here, go on the chair. So yeah, it's good to be home. I love being home, and don't want to go away again. Yeah, somebody in the comments. This will be several days ago now. Talked about traipsing around museums and caves, and my mum used to use the word traipsing, and it's a word that pricks me, that pokes me, and I'm sure that the person that wrote it didn't mean it to poke me, but it sort of poked me, and I thought I've never been someone that can mooch and traipse and slog around. It's like I'm either moving or not. I can't do the in between slow stuff. It just hurts. It makes my back ache, And that's been how I've been for a long, long time. I can remember going to Penzance with a friend of mine. She rented a cottage down there, and I went down there with Phil when Phil was about, I think he was about 16. And Tina's always busy, always doing, and I'm always sitting reading or watching the world go by. And she laughs at me, and but I have never had the energy to go massively exploring. It's I don't know why, but I haven't. And um, I sort of wonder whether it's to do with being a beast, but I don't think it is, because on and off through my life I haven't been this obese, so I don't think it's that. I was thinking actually, last night, and I know that I've probably talked about it before. I was thinking, why are we all different sizes? Why are some of us obese and some are not? Why do some of us have to go on a diet and some of us don't? Why can some of us eat what we want and some of us can't? It can't be, it can't just be greed. It can't just be the food that you eat. Because I know people, and have known people for a long time, I've known people can eat anything. They can eat whatever they want and they don't put on weight. They can eat what I would refer to as crap. They can eat chocolate. They can eat sugar. They can eat all those things and they don't put on weight. And then, and you've got other people that only need to look at food like that and they put on weight. And I sort of think, what is it? Why is it? Because if the answer had been discovered, if the diet industry, as they call themselves, or the low fat industry, or all of those people that are flogging diets at you and slimming food at you and all of that, if they'd really discovered the answer, we'd all be a normal size, but we're not. So they're flogging stuff at you that is not real. It's like they're flogging stuff that actually doesn't work. And I know that many people are left feeling guilty and blaming themselves because they're not losing weight using these products, when actually that's not the answer. That isn't the answer. Um, there's something that somebody has not discovered, and I think sometimes people have come close to it. I think the the Zoe the Zoe project and the microbiome and all of that, I think they've come close to the answer. Um, and there was something years and years ago about people having fecal transplants that would give you the gut, that would add to your gut biome the bit that was missing, that meant that you didn't work on, that's not the right word, but that meant that you didn't metabolize your food in the same way other people do. But so it intrigued me. It's like Mark and I have had a nice time away. We've eaten what we've wanted. We've come back, and now I have to give us food that is healthy, enjoyable, tasty, but doesn't have potatoes, doesn't have bread, doesn't have pasta, doesn't have sugar. All of that I have to leave out. Maybe add it in once a week, but other people don't have to restrict themselves. I'm thinking, how? How come? There's more to it than greed or we eat too much. There's more to it than that, I'm sure. Anyway, that was a bit of a digression. And I know that if I title this one, how come we're not all slim or whatever, somebody will get really irritated with me because it took me, I don't know, 10 minutes to get to this bit. So that's it, finished. And you'll get this. Today is Sunday. I think it's the 9th. And you'll probably get this later on in the week. And I'm going to stop vlogging now and wait for a catch up. Otherwise, it's going to be completely confusing. Even I'm confused. So I hope you enjoyed last weekend.